Just this week, it was reported that an illegal alien, and you just look at this, what's happening.
It was another weekend of Donald Trump glitching out.
This is a magazine that I've never read, but probably doesn't like Trump.
On top of mispronouncing magazine and illegal alien, Trump stumbled over the word steel, as in United States Steel.
Well, think of this. United States Steel Company. One of the great companies of the world 50 years ago is being sold to Japan. Congratulations, Japan.
By all accounts, Trump showed verbal weakness, though even that word weakness came out strange.
Before going any further, I want to say God bless the people of Israel. They're under attack right now. That's because we show great weakness. This would not happen.
Weak Nicks? Like Stevie Nicks? Maybe Trump is a fan. In any case, Dementia Don is trending again. And as the Raw Story headline notes, dozens of mental health professionals signed petition diagnosing Trump with dementia. According to the text of the petition, those who signed it are licensed medical and mental health professionals who diagnosed Donald Trump with moderate to advanced dementia based on his public behavior and informant reports that show progressive deterioration in multiple higher cortical functions, including memory, thinking, ability to use language, orientation, learning capacity, judgment, and both gross and fine motor skills. We feel an ethical obligation to warn the public and urge the media to cover this national emergency, the petition states. The Trump threat to democracy is also arguably a national emergency, but that and dementia in a president could go hand in hand. And so the alarm bells among mental health professionals and even former friends of Trump are getting louder. More on that in a moment. In Pennsylvania, Donald Trump didn't just stumble over words and make verbal gaffes. His thinking also seemed a bit cloudy and confused, even when he was speaking about something he seems passionate about, and that is the role of Gettysburg in the U.S. Civil War.
Gettysburg, what an unbelievable battle that was. The Battle of Gettysburg, what an unbelievable, it was so much and so interesting and so vicious and horrible and so beautiful in so many different ways. It represented such a big portion of the success of this country. Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch. And the statement of Robert E. Lee, who's no longer in favor. Did you ever notice that? No longer in favor. Never fight uphill, me boys. Never fight uphill. They were fighting uphill. He said, wow, that was a big mistake. He lost his great general. And they were fighting. Never fight uphill, me boys.
Clearly, there was a lot Donald Trump was trying to articulate, but Trump's ability to stay on point or make a point frequently gets jumbled. Now, to be fair, any politician who gives an hour-long speech is going to make a gaffe or two, just as any broadcaster who tries to ad-lib for an hour might say something strange or inartful. But Trump's blunders and apparent cognitive decline are evident not just in his speeches. Friends of Trump, who have known and supported him for years, say Trump has lost something in his conversations and in his perspective. These are friends of Trump near where I live who say they have spoken with Trump in the last year. They insist Donald Trump is becoming increasingly unhinged and has lost his frame of mind. They acknowledge Donald Trump was always self-absorbed and something of a narcissist, but they say Trump's overall viewpoint on many things has gone off the deep end. And these are friends of Trump who support his policies and don't mind his coarse language or politically incorrect style, and they still might vote for him. But these friends are concerned and worried. It's understandable if the criminal trials and civil lawsuit judgments are weighing on Trump. Ask anybody who's had to deal with a court case, and they can detail the stress it has on your body and mind. And remember, Donald Trump is 77 years old, and he's facing 4 different criminal trials and more than 80 felony counts. The risk of jail time for him is significant. So if Trump is buckling mentally and psychologically under the stress, it shouldn't be a surprise. But Donald Trump is the Republican presidential nominee. His party's voters and activists have decided that he should be in the White House in charge of the executive branch of our federal government. So the stakes here are huge. Unfortunately, instead of speaking out publicly against Donald Trump's election bid, many Republicans are falling in line. New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu, who previously called on Trump to drop out, is now endorsing Trump's candidacy. And Sununu says the outcome of the criminal trials is not going to change anything for him or for most Republican politicians.
So to think that this is some sort of deal breaker, again, I'll go back to where I started, where people are going to say, yep, if he's convicted, I'm walking away. That's just not going to happen. At the end of the day, they want that culture change of the Republican Party. And if we have to have Trump as the standard bearer, and the voters decided that's what they wanted, not what I wanted, but what the Republican voters wanted, if he's going to be the standard bearer of that, we'll take it if we have to. That's how badly America wants a culture change.
So just to sum up, you would support him for president even if he's convicted in classified documents. You support him for president even though you believe he contributed to an insurrection. You support him for president even though you believe he's lying about the last election. You'd support him for president even if he's convicted in the Manhattan case. I just want to say the answer to that is yes, correct?
Yeah, me and 51% of America.
Governor, thanks for your time this morning.
Is 51% of America going to vote for Trump if he's convicted? I think Sununu is wrong. Trump has never gotten a majority of the voters. Even when he beat Hillary Clinton in 2016, Donald Trump lost the popular vote, though he won the Electoral College. Still, for many Republicans, Trump having power is more important than party principles, integrity, or shame. It does not matter to most Republicans if Trump is a convicted felon, and relatedly, it probably doesn't matter if Trump has a mental illness or dementia. Republicans want the White House, period. Fortunately, polls show most Americans are not as craven as countless Republican politicians. Also, a group of Republicans who are part of the Lincoln Project continue to highlight Trump's extremism and lunatic rhetoric. One of the latest Lincoln Project ads highlights Trump's attacks on his criminal trial judges.
This weekend, Trump went crazy on social media. Sounds about normal, right? But this time, he was targeting the judges overseeing his criminal and civil trials, asking, how many judges do I have to endure before somebody steps in? Somebody steps in? To do what, Donald? To attack the judges? To kill them or their families? He told a violent mob that attacked the Capitol, be there, we'll be wild.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol.
He told the Proud Boys to stand by.
Stand back and stand by.
He told us these were good people in Charlottesville.
Very fine people on both sides.
Now, he's putting the lives of these judges and their families in danger. He knows that his followers are just waiting for the signal. So when the attack comes, you'll know who ordered it. We've said that Donald Trump is corrupt. We've told you he's an authoritarian. We've said that he's dangerous. But we've never said he doesn't know exactly what he's doing.
Another strong ad. And Donald Trump knowing what he is doing and having his judgment clouded by dementia are not mutually exclusive. Donald Trump can be mentally ill and still try to do things by design. And in many ways, that makes Trump even more dangerous. The verbal gaffes and blunders are a sign of Trump cognitive decline, but the authoritarianism and fascism keep intensifying. And we've been warned. By the way, one of Donald Trump's fiercest defenders in Congress, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is getting ridiculed for her latest rant.
And I'm not full of shit just like Mike Johnson is, and I'm actually going to follow through with actions instead of lie to people on television and in press conferences and out on the campaign trail.
Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from S. Callahan12, who wrote, "She's as much of a liar as Trump is." I hear you. I look forward to reading your comments about Donald Trump glitching out. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.